Howdy, my name is Dan. If you're watching this video, you're probably a successful real estate agent or broker. You probably care deeply about your clients, but you probably want to know how you can stand out and help more families in your market. That's what I'd like to talk about in the next few minutes. The last time you encountered an owner finance buyer, if you were like most agents, you probably didn't know how to really help them. You might have gone to the MLS and you discovered that there were very few listings available to them. And let's be honest, the listings probably were not in the best neighborhoods. They probably needed repairs. And if the buyer bought it, they were probably settling. And let's not even talk about the terms. Many owner finance buyers out there have to deal with completely lopsided terms that absolutely favor the seller and don't give them a fair playing advantage. Well, a little bit about us. Like I said, my name is Dan. I'm a senior managing partner at a company called Tomatoro Ventures and Acquisitions. We are a real estate investing company based off of San Antonio, Texas. We've been doing business since November of 2015. And we focus primarily on owner finance buyers. These are individuals that cannot get a bank loan, maybe because they don't have a social security number yet. Maybe they have bad credit, or perhaps they're self-employed and either underreport their income or they don't have the required 2 years of tax returns. There is where we shine. Not only do we help them find exactly the home that suits their likes and their desires, but we let them pick any home off the MLS. You heard that right. Any home off the MLS is available to them through us. Furthermore, we made a special effort to make sure that the terms they got were fair for the buyer for once. Let me explain. Most owner finance investors begin with the house first, and then they offer it to the market and they look for a buyer. We've completely turned that around. We've decided to start with the buyer first and figure out how big of a home they can afford based upon their initial investment, which I'll get to in a little bit, and their ongoing ability to make payments. Once we discover exactly the amount of home they can purchase, we turn them right back to you so that you can find exactly the home that suits them in the neighborhood that they want. Now, make no mistake, we are not limiting them to certain sides of town or even certain price ranges. We want them to have a home that they can fall in love with and live and enjoy for years to come. We want them to be in the school districts that will allow them to have a wonderful future for their family. As a matter of fact, the average price point for our average deal in the last 12 months is about $320,000. That might be surprising to you. Most of our buyers are looking for the same things that any other buyers are looking for. Great homes, great products, great neighborhoods, and of course, great terms. And that's really where we excel. Now, you probably have a few questions. For example, what kind of homes? What does my buyer need? What benefits do you provide? And what are some of the costs associated with doing business with you guys? Well, I'm going to cover those things in the next maybe 6 to 10 minutes, so bear with me. First of all, the kind of home that they can purchase, as long as it is a site-built, single-family home in the metro areas of San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston, it probably will work out. We may consider opportunities outside of these areas, but it'll be a little bit more challenging for us. However, if they're looking for a site-built home, that means no mobile, manufactured, modular, or container, but a site-built, single-family home, we're going to be okay. Now, when I say single-family home, obviously no duplex, triplex, quadplex, or anything of that nature. Now, the second thing, what do the buyers typically need? Well, just like most people stand on 2 legs and 2 feet, most of our approvals also stand on 2 legs and 2 feet. The first thing that we require is their initial investment and their ability to make payments. In regards to their initial investment, we can approve most buyers with about 20% total cash to close. Now, when I say total cash to close, I mean it. I don't mean down payment plus closing costs. No, I mean total initial investment. This includes your down payment, appraisals, prepaids, attorney's fees, filing fees, originations, applications, earnest money, option money, the whole 9 yards. The second thing is their ongoing ability to make payments. We absolutely want to make sure that they have a mortgage that they can afford. For that reason, once they're ready to move forward with a formal approval, we're going to hire a third-party residential mortgage loan originator. He's a licensed individual by the state of Texas who will make sure that we abide by all federal and state regulations and will serve as a third-party verifier of their real-world ability to make payments. Now, I want to emphasize the word real world because we understand that many of our buyers perhaps have income from different places, and it might not necessarily be documentable on things like a W-2 or a W-9. For that reason, we're going to make a special effort to figure out exactly what their real-world documentable ability to make payments is. Perhaps we'll look at bank statements, or we'll take a look at their average income over the last 6 to 12 months. In any event, once they have an approval, if they have the necessary cash to close, they can go ahead and be off to the races and look for a home with you. You can show them every imaginable home that suits their likes, their desires, and now their pocketbook. Once they find exactly the right home that fits them, go ahead and submit an offer like any buyer would, and within 28 days or less, we can close, the home will be in their name, and they can move in from day one. Now, make no mistake, this is not a lease option, it's not a contract for deed, it's not some sort of quasi-convoluted contract or agreement. This is an owner-finance transaction in which the deed is going to be in their name from day one, and they will be able to enjoy all of the benefits of home ownership from the very beginning. Now, what are some of the benefits of our mortgages? There's 4 primary benefits that we provide at no additional cost to the buyer. Those 4 benefits are the fact that we give them up to 30 years to pay, the fact that our mortgages have no balloons, the fact that our mortgages have no prepayment penalties, and the fact that we don't charge them PMI. This alone can save them thousands of dollars over the life of the mortgage. Knowing that they have up to 30 years to repay versus 5, 10, 15, or 20, guarantees them the lowest possible monthly payment, obviously given their circumstances and risk. The fact that we have no balloons in our mortgages gives them peace of mind of knowing that once they close with us, they don't ever have to worry about having to refinance. Having no prepayment penalties gives them also the peace of mind of knowing that if their situation does improve and they are able to refinance, fantastic, we're going to be happy for them. There's going to be no additional fee or charge or any amount of cost that they have to pay in order to go ahead and make that happen. And finally, the fact that we don't charge PMI is something that can potentially save them thousands of dollars over the life of the mortgage. You see, our buyers, unfortunately, are considered such high risk by banks and insurance institutions that if we did ask them to pay PMI, the monthly payment would be so stupidly high, there's no other word, so astronomically high that it just wouldn't make sense. Now, we know this is an additional risk for us. Technically, our mortgages are no longer insured, so we don't have that safety in case there is a foreclosure situation. But at the end of the day, we realized that the benefit would be so much for the buyer that we made that decision. So in summary, 30 years to repay, no balloons, no prepayment penalties, and no PMI. Now, you probably at this point have questions about interest rates, cost, what kind of fees are involved. What does it really take to do business with us? Well, what we do in order to answer those questions is we have a one-on-one consultation. This is a free consultation with the buyer. There's no charge, no commitment to do this, in which we kind of analyze their real-world situation, their real risk situation, and what they're able to bring to the table. Now, during that consultation, they're going to learn exactly what our costs of doing business with us are, applicable to them given the current situation. So if you have a buyer that has about 20% total cash to close and they need owner financing, what I would suggest is you go ahead and link up with us. Maybe click on the button below and set up a free, no obligation phone consultation directly on our website for them. You're more than welcome to be on the consultation if you'd like, but obviously we need the buyer on the phone so that they can be informed and they can find out exactly what things will look out for them and their circumstances. I certainly appreciate your time. I appreciate the fact that you're here, and I appreciate the fact that you take a little bit of time out of your day to learn about how you can help owner finance buyers, and why not? Maybe add $1 million or more into your yearly volume this year and perhaps make a ton more money and help more people. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our website. It's www.ofmenow.com. That's OF like owner finance, ofmenow.com. Or reach out, by phone. You can go ahead and do that as well. I certainly hope you guys have a great one. I look forward to helping you take care of your owner finance buyers and turning them into commissionable opportunities for you guys. You guys have a great one.